This is from Wales Live. So we've got a lot of interesting sources today coming from all over. Quote, Swansea City transfer news as Sheffield Wednesday track striker. Can I just say, like, I used to be able to speak and then I started doing this podcast with you and something's going on. Sheffield Wednesday have shown an interest in Swansea striker Kyle Joseph, Wales Online understands. The 20-year-old featured twice under Russell Martin in the Carabao Cup last term before being sent out on loan to Cheltenham Town for the duration of the 2021-22 season. However, his loan to the Robins was cut short when he returned to South Wales in January. He went on to make 10 sub-appearances for the Swans in the second half of last season, but had continued to attract plenty of transfer interest, with Portsmouth keen on a deal for the ex-Wigan Athletic man. It's understood Sheffield Wednesday, who were beaten by Sunderland in the League One playoff semi-finals last season, are also exploring the option of signing Joseph. The youngster still has 3 years left to run on his Swans contract, although the club are open to offers for the versatile attacker, who can also play at wing-back. Joseph was with his Swansea teammates at their Pennyhill Park training camp last week and is now continuing his preparations for the upcoming campaign at the club's Fairwood base. So, we were talking about strikers Wednesday could potentially bring in. This is a name that's sort of come out of nowhere in that regard. Kyle Joseph.
I've used him a couple of times on Football Manager. He's very good.
Is he a Football Manager lad?
Yeah, he is. He's one that I always try and get in.
I always get that lad that Liverpool have signed. You know that? Is it Hickey at right back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I always get him. Go on.
The interesting thing, you're looking at the players we're going for or being linked at. They all can play. They're not just one positional players. If we're going to be playing with wing backs, he fits the role for wing backs. And if he can cut inside, that is fantastic. And we said earlier that we may be looking at a striker now. Swansea has kind of said they're not sure. They don't mind if it's going to be a loan or even a permanent deal. Now, the thing is, we already have a good relationship with Swansea from the Bayers deal last season. And this is something that's very important to note as well. Having a good relationship with a club when it comes to doing a transfer, especially if you've done one recently, it shows that they trust you and they know you can get a deal done. I wouldn't mind getting this lad in on a permanent. He's only 20. We can build him up. We got that ability to get him into the situation. Like, we all had the whole thing, is Bailey Cadamartri going to be a player that we see it this year? Possibly not in a first team in League One, but he could do Carabao Cup. And Bailey's contract for Wednesday takes until he's about 20. And the lad's 17. That is a long contract for a young lad. Now, if you're thinking about trying to get younger players in, this fits the bill. He's already played in League One at Cheltenham, so he's not going to be having to get used to the league. And if it's a situation where you're looking at him, he can play wing back and then a little bit of try, isn't that directly what we were talking about when we were talking about the Alpherson game, about playing wing backs and needing more wing backs and possibly somebody who could cut inside into a striking position?
I don't know if he'd play from wing back. Are you on about him playing from wing back here?
Yeah. Well, he got that option that Darren Moore likes. He liked to have.
I just think he'd be a good young striker to bring in. The fact that he scored 4 goals in 19 appearances for Cheltenham. It's not obviously the best, but it's not that many appearances in fairness. And then he played 10. He did play for Wigan.
Yeah.
So he scored 5 in 18 for Wigan in League One again. So he's got a few goals in him, and if you get the confidence, and he is only 20, I do think it could. I could be one that sees it go either way, you know. But maybe he does just come in on loan. Maybe Wednesday don't want to buy him and go for the free. But it would be a good one to bring in, because they bought him for 500k plus add-ons.
Yeah.
It depends on if they would want more from that, because that was. They got him as, I think they got him as part of compensation.
Right, so 300k they had to pay for, if it compensation for that 300k.
It was it was reported it was around, because I'm looking at the reports of around the time, it was 500k plus add-ons. Right. So it was a little bit more for him. So it was probably a different situation with him. But would they want that 500k back? Because I'm not I'm not putting 500k into a 20-year-old in Wednesday's current situation that's not got the goals that the likes of Wilk and Alfie May have shown.
Yeah.
I
It's
would
an
loan
interesting
him.
one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that lone striker you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. It's a FIFA signing all day.
Yeah.
It's the FIFA signing that I'm putting 500k into all day. And it's if the club's financially stable, it's probably a signing I'm doing for 500k again because you take a risk on it, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if we could get him in on a loan and have a different option there because you never know how they're gonna work out.
We need another striker.
Yeah, and speaking of FIFA, he's a 60 rated bronze, 75 pace, 59 shooting for a striker. Oh, 44 passing, 60 dribbling, 19 defending, 55 physical.
You sure about you doing that FIFA signing now?
Yeah, at 20 years old, I'd put him in the training sessions.
Yeah.
He'd be fine. He'd be fine. He's played for Scotland at youth level, by the way, so that's worth pointing out that he is capped at youth level.
I'm just trying to think how many Scottish players we would have in our team then. Bayer's Scottish, Bannon Scottish, Patterson Scottish, Palmer Scottish.
Palmer's not Scottish. Palmer's from Worksop, and this lad's not Scottish either.
Right.
Unless London is in Scotland.
Okay, not
this
Scottish,
lad ain't Scottish either.
But play for the Scottish national team due to a grandparent.
Yeah. This lad's from Chipping Barnet.
Jesus Christ, he really isn't from Scotland.
And he grew up in Southport.
Okay, fair enough.